at the college level, and even fewer can say they played two. Colin Monagle is taking the local golf community by storm, but it's a tale that almost never began thanks to his love of hitting a different white ball.
Colin Monagle is now a senior golfer at JU. 4 years ago, he appeared to be taking a much different path in collegiate athletics. Monagle, a two-sport star at Bishop Kenny High School, decided to pursue baseball at the next level and got a dream offer to play at the same school that both his parents attended and starred.
I had committed to go to a community college down in Orlando, and then I was 2 weeks before school started, I was playing a game out here, and TA called me into his office and was like, hey, you know, we just had our second baseman leave, so we got a spot open. It's yours if you want it. You know, signed me up right there.
We brought Colin in, basically being a local Jacksonville kid, as a kind of a recruited walk-on. Middle infielder, played corner for us also. Just a grinder, a kid with a great attitude, was phenomenal in the classroom, and just a kid that you wanted to have, be part of the club because he was going to make everybody around you better.
The presence of one of his high school teammates on the team, Jimmy Howick, made the decision even easier.
Yeah, I mean, I was in high school. I was a sophomore when he was a senior. We won that state title, and he was always big. Like, he was a good role model for me to look up to. And I remember my whole junior year looking at him like, he walked in and he started right away. He got the job and he got a chance. And I knew that when TA said, hey, if you come in, you perform, like, you can have a chance to play. So I knew when I came here and having that relationship with him that there was a chance here.
With his decision to focus on baseball full-time, Monagle figured that would be the end of his competitive golf career.
When I first started playing baseball and kind of doing that full-time, I mean, I thought golf was done. I mean, I thought I might play it, when I got done, when I got older or something like that. But I never thought that I'd play here 2 years and then say, I'll go play golf for a little while again.
It's funny how even the best laid plans don't always come to fruition. For Monagle, golf as a leisure activity wasn't meant to be.
I was playing, and it was over Christmas break, and I was playing with a couple of guys on the baseball team, a couple of pitchers. We were out playing golf. I ended up playing and shooting a decent round. I think it was a couple under or something like that. And a couple of pitchers ended up looking at me like, hey, what are you doing? Like, let's, maybe you should go do that.
Did he then consider trying to play both sports so as not to give up baseball?
No. Yeah, there's not enough hours in the day to try to do that.
There were several factors that contributed to Monagle considering the sport change, such as playing time and coaches' support.
I'd put a lot into it, going after Christmas break in the fall and going into the season. I was like, I felt like after that summer ball and past that fall, like, I had gotten to my athletic potential.
I always used to kid him, that he couldn't run out of sight, but he was a guy that got the most out of his ability.
I didn't see where, with the circumstances, the guys that we had here, that I was going to be able to be an everyday guy. I knew I could be the guy that played, 1 day out of the week, 2 days, maybe 3 days out of the week, but I didn't see where I was going to be the 60-game starter. And I think with golf, I was kind of looking at that as, I could be an everyday guy over there.
He felt comfortable talking with me, and I completely understood. I can remember watching him the first time he was goofing around with a golf club, out across the street, and I was like, man, that's a pretty good looking swing, and then I found out from a lot of the players that he could really play. And so when it came to the end of the season, end of the year meetings, he came in and we talked about it, and I just thought it would be a better situation for him where he could really enjoy and flourish and do something that he really, really loves to do. Not that he didn't love baseball, but it looks like it's been the right decision.
Still, it wasn't as simple as wanting to play that would get Monagle on the golf team. He had to prove to head coach Mike Blackburn that he deserved it.
The first time I looked at him, he kind of looked at me like, why are you in my office type thing? And I told him, I was like, these are some of the tournaments I played in. He was like, all right, come on, I'll give you a 4-day tryout. You break 300, you're on the team. And he's like, well, what are you doing this summer? And I was like, well, I'm going to play in a couple of these tournaments. And he gave me a call after, I think it was about the third tournament. He goes, yeah, I think you've proven that you can shoot the scores. I'm going to go ahead and give you a spot for this year.
Summer tournaments were and still are a big part of the learning process.
I didn't think there was any way I could just walk on the golf team and just play right away without having any kind of tournament experience in the last 4 years. I had a couple of them. I actually finished, I think, third in the first tournament back, which that was kind of cool. I think I ended up shooting like 32 on the back nine the last day to shoot under par for 18 holes, which was kind of cool. I would say that at times it felt like I just jumped back into it right away, but then there were other times where I would make a couple bogeys or something like that, and I would react more as a baseball player, as like trying to get fired up, correct a mistake right away, as opposed to just kind of letting things come to me. I think that part of it took probably a year or two to really fully get back into that.
Now that he's back to playing every day, Monagle feels his golf game is the best it's ever been.
It's close. I think it's really close to getting good, really good. I've started getting to where I can chip it and putt it with anybody else that I play with. I always hit it really well and drove it really well, but now the smaller inside of 100 yards has really come along in the last year and a half.
While being the unquestioned leader of the team, he still takes a humble approach to his role.
Go out and shoot some low scores, help out when I can, if there's a younger guy, try to help him out, coach him along a little bit, need some help. Other than that, just kind of get some work in, try to get some low scores in for the team.
Monagle has been tremendous in the summer tournaments he has played in, winning the 2013 Jacksonville Area Amateur Championship and the 2014 Gate Invitational, all of which have helped raise the profile of JU golf.
I think it helps because, first off, it gives me confidence, and also helps a couple other guys on the team. Like, I play with him every day. If he can do it, I can do it. From the standpoint of the kids on the team, I think it motivates them a little bit. And it also it gives exposure to the school, because there's a couple guys that played in those tournaments that are juniors and seniors in college right now, and they would look at it as, I don't really know where JU is. I know where it is, and I'm from here, but I don't know anything about the golf program. And I think that kind of opened their eyes to potentially coming to JU to try to play for us.
Does he desire to follow in the footsteps of fellow JU golfer Russell Knox?
If I have a good year this year, maybe I'll get some sponsors to kind of help me out with that. Start out a little bit higher, but I'll probably have to finish out this year and start out on like maybe the Hooters tour or like some other smaller tours and just work my way up.
It may have been a unique route, but there are no regrets with the path he took.
I think he wanted to give it a shot, so he felt like at the end of the day, that he knows that he left no stone unturned, and that he was able to, at least give college baseball a try and not look back and say, man, I wish I would have gave it a try.
When I was younger, I liked playing baseball a lot more than I like playing golf. I like the team atmosphere a little bit more, but in college, you get that team atmosphere of golf. So kind of looking at it, I was glad I went the route I did.